Hello and welcome to Flory Models. Today I want to talk to you about our latest thing. This is our new jig, enabling you, the modeler, to obviously support your model, get it all squared away and lined up for putting on the wings and the tail planes and things like that. And also a handy little tool for holding your plane or your model steady when you're actually modeling with it, enabling you to use two hands and your model is nice and secure. So what do you get? So inside the box you are greeted by, in here we've got a little baggie which has got your bands in there and one of our little collector's cards. You get some instructions. So you get a double-sided instruction sheet, which obviously got the parts that you'll be using down in here, and then a few little things about the assembly and how you can actually set it up and things like that. And then you are joined by obviously all the parts down in there, just like that. So if we get all of these out, you'll be greeted with this. So what you've got, 4 L brackets and the support's already in there. All right, so you've got 2 and 2 of those. All right, you've got the uprights for the jig, which we'll show you in a moment. You've actually got the tail jig itself, which comes as a separate piece. And you've obviously got the floor mount. The screws are already installed into these. Now, don't worry that the screws are sitting proud at the bottom. That will end. It's literally just the transport and to put them in there. If you unscrew all 4 like this, all right, and just unscrew them and take them all out. Like so. Just like that. All right. Then you can put them on. So you've got 2 T-piece ones just like this. So these are your wing adjusters. All right. There is markings, as we know, on the sides for them. So the height. So you can slacken these off and you can put them up to any height you like. All right, and you can pop them now onto here. All right, so there's 2 ways of doing it. You can either just simply slide the nut underneath and it will go flat on the base just like this. All right, then you can put your part on the top and then literally just come in with your nut on the top, and then you can hopefully screw this up just like so, and now it won't go too deep. All right, you can slacken this off and you can make this to any width or size you like on here, and the nut moves freely as well in there, and you can do that up and then it is hidden away and it is tucked away at the bottom. The other way of doing it, if you wanted to, you can just pop your one onto here. You can actually then put the nut up underneath, pop it in the slot, hold it with your finger just in there like that, and then you can just come in from the top and you can screw it down. All right, just like that, and then just screw that around, and then it is into position just like that. The other 2, you'll notice I've got the curved tops on them, and they are going to go on each end. All right, and then we're just going to replace and screw all of those into position just like. There we have it, your basic jig. All right, so now you can adjust your height as you need to. Up on here you can maneuver them inside and out, so you can slide these all the way out or all the way in just like that. All right, same goes over here for your outer ones. It sort of moves in and out, and obviously you're fully adjustable up and down. All right, but it doesn't end there. You can actually then, if you want to, add on other parts onto this. All right, so we've actually got our jigs which go through to make our outside ones, and these can be fitted to the outside, and you'll notice there is enough slack over on these. So if you unscrew these ones, all right, and then take these off, the outer ones with the T, you then can come in with these and you can fit each one of these on the side just like so, and you can do that up. And it will stay the same height as the back piece, just like that. So if we do both of those, and that gives you your wing jigs on here just like that. And again, fully adjustable. You can maneuver them all the way out, or you can bring them in. And obviously with these as well, you can take these off, reverse them, and come right the way close in as well. And it will be as small as 8.5 centimeters at its smallest. All right, so you've got those ones. And again, with these ones, if you don't want them, they're here for the moment, you can easily just rotate those down out of the way. Just do them up a touch and they are down and out of the way now, just like that. Again, very, very straightforward. So for this type of thing, you could use it for wing jigs and things. So if we just bring these up a moment, all right, and we'll just bring in one we're working on here. So we have a nice marauder. If we seat it in, we take our bands, which we've got here. So we can just hook one over the front. And we can hook one over the back. And that holds your model steadily into position, just like so. All right, but now we just need, because we need to obviously stabilize it because it's all a little bit wonky and wobbly. So all we do, we're going to undo the outer ones, pop it into position, maneuver it up. And then obviously with this one as well, we can screw it in. So we're just screwing the tops and bottoms all into this. So again, we'll just slacken off the sides, maneuver both up, set it into our position where we want it, and then we can just screw it into position, screw the bottom one into position. All right, and there's our wing section all in place as well. And that holds our model securely into place. Now we can just square this one up exactly how we need it. So again, we can then take one side up as needed, one side down. So if we just, because we need to bring the tail just up a little bit, I feel, keep it square. And then again, we'll just slacken these off a little bit. And again, we can bring these up into position. And then obviously we can see we've got it now squared away in the jig, and it is all ready to go. This side just needs bringing up a little bit on the inside one. Looks good. So we can square that off in, and it's holding the model nice and secure. So if we want to do any work with it, if you want to do anything at all with it, you know you're all okay and you are all secure. Your model's not going to fall out. You can do anything. You're not handling physically the model. Again, if you're doing wings and things like that, you can glue them now safely in place, knowing that it is all locked together and safe just like that. Doesn't stop there either. So when you're using your model like this, if you wanted then to carry on with it, if we just unstrap it a second, obviously you've got bands able to do this. You can band the wings, so forth and so on. Another little thing you can do with it, if you wanted to, you can take off, or for the moment, you can come along, and we're just going to unscrew this back one back down in here. All right. And we're just going to remove the rear piece on the inside. So this is this one here. All right, keeping hold of the nut and the wing nut. And now we've got our adjustable one. So not only does this all got your measurements on here as well, but you can actually change this with two wing nuts on each side. We just slacken them both off a little bit. So you can do the height, and you can go right up, and also you can put the angle. So if you obviously got the tails facing downwards, you can have them like this. R1 is facing upwards. You can position them like this. So what we can do, we can come along, we can put our nut in the nut-shaped little area back here. That's just going to fit in, and then obviously we can just pop this into the back, do up our butterfly nuts, all right, which are all high quality. And obviously we can just settle this in. Again, we may have to make slight adjustments for fitting all of these in, but you can see what I mean. So first of all, we're going to have to make the tail a lot further back. So this is going to be back here, I feel. Maybe we're going to bring the front a little bit forward as well, and it will be that same thing. This then can come along. We can fit in here. And then we've actually got a situation where we can just, if I do this one for us, we can our tail in, and our other one just slacken off slightly. That's in, and then again we can just do the wings. So we've got this one all square just to show. And there we go. We've got our tail pieces in at the back, which are showing the angle. If I sit it in here, are in there like that, and you can then position and lock all of these in just like so. And again, if you wanted to, you could actually put a band on here, and again you can just pop in. We sit it in to position, and you can come across down in here just to hold it all in, and you can then put them to any angle you want. So it's keeping your tail as a jig all the way through. Then of course, if you wanted to, same thing again, you could jig the front up, lock it in, you could lock in the wings as well, and you've got this all done completely for doing your jig just like that. All right, last thing you can do, you can use it as a sort of holding device for all your models and things like that. So again, we just pop this off. What we're going to do, we'll take off this rear piece completely. So again, we'll just take this away, and we've got it where we can use this as a hands-free tool, which comes in very handy for using other items. So we've just got a little stand here. We can pop this down onto here like this, and then we can come along and we can pop our model into this. So again, if we wanted to screw these down a little bit more, just to hold. So again, we can go right over, and it will hold the model now securely. So if we wanted to work onto it, so if we now wanted to come in and doing decaling, I've got these on here. They're at a nice angle as well. And obviously if you've got a little bit more height, you can push this thing right the way over. It will go right the way over. Also, because they're independent, I can bring one side up if I wanted to, and you could have it like this, or we could go the other way and have it with one side down, and in any combination in between, exactly how we want the model to be. But definitely a handy thing just to have it down in here, just to hold it in place just like that. Again, if you want to, you could band and strap this into position so it doesn't fall over or anything else like that. But dead handy if you want to work on these small little delicate areas on the side. Have two hands, especially for decaling, comes in really handy. Any weathering you want to do, no longer if you've got to hold the model or have it on something that's falling around, you can strap it down on here like this, and you can go off with it just as you need it. All right, so again, you've got various options you can do. So you can pop, if you wanted to, a band around in here and onto here. That will hold it in place. And again, we can do the same. I'll find that under the other band. That's still here. All right, so you could have it on here, and it holds that model secure and in place as you're working on there, so you don't have any worry about it moving or anything else like that. And again, no horrible fingerprints on your models and things like that as well. And that is basically it. We've got more add-ons coming onto this one in the future as well. So we hope to bring you some other bits and pieces, some more things for actually working with cars, for armor and holds, things like that, as well as jigs for keeping everything secure on your model as you work on it. The price is basically £30 plus VAT for this particular one, and you get everything that you've seen in this particular kit. It's available obviously from here at Flory Models directly from the store. It's also going to be available through Brevaco, Flory Models Europe, and it'll be available through High Altitude Hobbies in the very near future as well over in the US. So hopefully it gets around a few of the import problems over there at the moment. And that is about it. Thank you very much.